The diner smelled faintly of coffee and rain-soaked pavement. The morning rush had thinned, leaving only the low hum of conversation and the hiss of a fryer in the kitchen. She'd been wiping down tables when she saw him, a man in his late 60s, hunched over a steaming mug of black coffee. His jacket was faded to the color of dry earth, the seams frayed, a few stitches clumsily holding the collar together. It looked like it had weathered decades of winters, each tear telling a story. Something about it caught her eye, not because it was old, but because of the patch on the sleeve. A small, almost invisible insignia, embroidered in gold thread, half faded but unmistakable. She'd seen that emblem once in a history book, tucked between pages about service and sacrifice. She approached with a smile, but when she set his plate down, she couldn't help but ask softly, "Sir, is that from?" Her voice trailed off, afraid to intrude. He looked up. His eyes, a stormy gray, studied her for a long moment. Then he nodded. The room, once filled with the clink of cutlery, seemed to fall silent. What he said next carried the weight of a lifetime, and it would not just change her day, but challenge everyone who overheard to rethink the meaning of respect. "I wore this jacket the day I came home from the war," he said quietly. "Nobody clapped, nobody welcomed us. We just disappeared into the crowd." His words hung in the air, heavy as lead. The waitress swallowed hard. She glanced around, a young man paused mid-bite, an elderly couple exchanged glances, even the cook had stopped flipping burgers. "You shouldn't have to pay for this," she said, voice trembling. "Not today, not ever." She reached for the check, but he shook his head. "Ma'am," he replied, "I didn't serve so I could get free meals. I served so people could live in a country where strangers can choose to be kind." Her throat tightened. For a moment, nobody moved. Then, as if the words had traveled like a ripple through water, wallets opened across the room. The young man left a folded bill on the counter. The elderly couple quietly covered the rest. Someone else left a note with 2 words, "Thank you." He left without fanfare, the old jacket draped across his shoulders. But for the rest of the day, the waitress couldn't stop thinking about what he'd taught her, that gratitude isn't measured in grand gestures, but in the courage to show it at all. And long after the man had vanished into the drizzle outside, the silence he left behind spoke louder than any applause could have.